Hi, my name's Billy, I read books, and welcome to my book haul video for April of 2023. And I've got 10 books in total to talk to you about. There's fantasy and there's some science fiction. There is one trilogy I'm going to talk to you about. And before I get into the actual books themselves, I'm going to see if you can guess what that trilogy is by me telling you some very cryptic clues. So, the series, the fantasy trilogy that I've got here was first published. The first book was published, according to Goodreads, in 2014. It's a male author. It's the male author's debut series. The covers are beautiful. The first book in the series is white with orange. The second book is white with blue. And the third book is white with red. The male author whose debut fantasy series this is, his surname causes some people a little bit of confusion as to how to pronounce it. I am one of those people. I do not know how to correctly pronounce his surname. His surname, I think I'm right in saying, is a borough of London, if it's pronounced in a certain way. And the title of the book is made up of 5 words for all 3 books. Now, if you can guess what that trilogy is, put it in the comments below and let me know if you guessed it before I actually reveal what it is. So, now that that's out of the way, let's get on to showing you some books. And first up, let's get these in a bit of an order, is The Life of Pi by Jan Martel. I didn't watch the film for this, so I don't know what it's about, but I know there was a film made of it, and the film was very, very good. Now, it's got a boy in a boat with a tiger. It's a short book. I don't think that tiger is going to rip him to pieces, so I think that is going to be a friendly tiger. But I've got 2 dogs. I've got 2 Labradors, and if those dogs were in a boat with me, they'd be dicking about, and I'd end up capsizing. So I'm guessing the tiger is well behaved, well tamed, doesn't capsize the boat, doesn't rip him to pieces, because if it did, that would be even shorter. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on. How do you pronounce that? Is that 2312, 2312, 2312, 231-2? How do you pronounce it? But anyway, it's by Kim Stanley Robinson, who is a science fiction writer. And I'd heard of his name from the Mars trilogy that he had done. It's a decent sized book. It's got blurbs on the back by Ian M. Banks, so that's going to be a good thing. And yeah, it's a standalone. I got it in a second-hand shop for 60p, so why would I not give that a go, even though I don't know much about it. Another book I know next to nothing about is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. Decent sized book. I've seen this on quite a few top 10 science fiction videos from people I follow on YouTube. It gets talked about quite a bit. That's why it stood out to me. That's why I recognise the name. Don't know anything about it, but if it's appearing on top 10 lists, I will always give it a go. Touch by Claire North. Decent sized book. Not too big, I mean. Now, I've read the first 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. In the description below, I will link my spoiler-free review for it. Because I go on in that review about Claire North's writing. Because she can write beautiful, beautiful books. And that's the reason why I picked this up. I don't need to know anything about this book, but I love her writing. And I'm not someone who goes on about people's writing, even though I've just gone on about her writing. But in general, I won't go on about how great someone forms a sentence or describes something. But Claire North, if you've not read a book by Claire North, I reckon you should do, because you will fall in love with the way she writes. Fantasy, Brother Red, Adrian Selby. This is the 3rd book of his now, that I've read 2, this will be his 3rd, and I think this is the only book of his I've not read. I think he's only got 3 books out, which is a shame, because once I've read this, I won't have anything more to read by him. I picked up Snakewood originally by Mr. Selby, and after taking a little bit of time to get used to what he was doing and how he was writing, because he doesn't hold your hand. He's got his own terminology, which he just throws at you, and you've just got to learn as you go. But once you settle into it, it was a fantastic story. I then read The Winter Road, which was good, and then Brother Red is the next one I need to get my teeth into. And this is grimdark fantasy, and it's flipping good. The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. This was doing the rounds on booktube, what was it, about a year ago maybe? I saw quite a few people talking about this. I think this is the first book in a series. I don't know if any other books are out in that series, but I know Christopher Buehlman has got quite a decent back catalogue, which I've not read anything by. So when there's an author that pops up I've not heard of before, and then I do some research and find out that he's got a lot of books out there, not all in the fantasy genre either. I think, how have I never heard this guy? Why is this guy's never cropped up on my radar before? So I need to give it a go, see if I like his stuff, and then that might open up the doors to a whole host of other books of his. Another author I've not read anything by, and I hear some conflicting things in relation to it. One of the main things is the guy's a great writer, but sometimes the plot isn't maybe the most engaging, I don't know. Is Guy Gavriel Kay. And the book I normally hear is Tigana. However, I was in a bookshop and I saw this. It's a standalone. A Brightness Long Ago. It's not massive. It seems like the ideal way to give Guy Gavriel Kay a go. So, have you read this one? Let me know. Is this a good place to start with Guy Gavriel Kay, or is Tigana the best way to go? Let me know, please. And that is the books other than the series I spoke about. Now, had you worked it out? Have you put in the comments below what that series was? Because it was the Lycanius trilogy by James Islington. How do you say his surname? I don't know. But The Shadow of What Was Lost is book one. Decent sized book. Isn't that a beautiful cover? An Echo of Things to Come was the second book. It gets bigger. The Light of All That Falls is book three. Even bigger. Look at the flop. Look at the flop. That's good. And they smell good as well. Oh man, that's got a decent book smell. So yeah, the Lycanius trilogy, that's one of the first trilogies I heard about when I was first got into booktube. And I can't believe I've not read it. Well, the reason I've not read it previously was because I wanted it in physical format, because I just loved the covers, the names and everything. That one doesn't smell as much. So it's funny that, because it doesn't really smell. That's book one. Book two smells a little bit nice, but book three smells great. I wonder if they do that on purpose to make you progress through the series. But anyway, those are the books. That's my book haul. Let me know if you've read any of those. Which of those should I get to first? Should I prioritise? And I will see you again in the next video. If you liked it, give it a Billy Big Thumb. I'll see you again. Take care.